Hello everyone, my name is Jojo. Welcome to my channel Joyroute-jojo. Today let's discuss about Azure AD Connect. Now it's called Entra ID Connect. In this video, we learn how to install and configure Azure AD Connect, and I can practically show how to sync users computers to Azure AD. We will also discuss the errors that may occur during the installation and configuration. This particular video is intended for a beginner who doesn't have any idea about what is Azure AD Connect, how to configure it, why we required Azure AD Connect. So this video is for a beginner. If you have an idea about what is Azure AD Connect, how it works, what all errors you may get it, how to configure. So all those concepts, if you know it, you no need to watch this video. Please skip this. If you are a fresher, you want to know what Azure AD Connect, how it works, then you can watch this video. So because I'm talking very basics about Azure AD Connect. So if you have an idea about it, you may feel that it may not suit to you. All right. So let's start from the very beginning. What is Azure AD Connect? So as a definition, what is Azure AD Connect? You can read these lines. This is a definition which I got it from the Google or from the Copilot. I can just read it for you, which is Azure AD Connect is a Microsoft tool designed to integrate your on-premise Active Directory, that means your local Active Directory, with Azure Active Directory. Don't worry, I can explain you what exactly it works. I can show you with some diagrams and some pictures. So you will have an idea even if you do not get after reading this definition. Okay, all right. Let's move on. Why we required Azure AD Connect? So we required Azure AD Connect for unified identity management. Second one, single sign-on. This is your on-premise setup. You have got a domain controller, plenty of users, computers, and you have got a lot of servers here. And through Azure AD Connect, what exactly you do, you connect your users and computers to your Azure AD, to your cloud, your M365, your M365 account or tenant. What exactly you do through Azure AD Connect, you connect your local users and computers to Microsoft 365 account and tenant. So Azure AD Connect do this job for you. All right. Now comes hybrid environment support. Let us consider this example. We have an on-premise and we have 3 users. So only the first first 2 users have to sync with Microsoft 365 tenant. All the third user, Meena, she wants to stay back. This is a critical user. She is handling some critical data, and that is some confidential data which should not sync with the cloud. If you have a scenario in that way, you can only sync these 2 users to cloud, and you can keep Meena still work on premise. So that is what meant by hybrid environment support, which means some of the users you can keep it in on-premise itself. They have no synchronization with the cloud, Microsoft 365 account or tenant, and some users sync with 365 account. So that is what meant by hybrid environment support. And password synchronization and write back. It can synchronize the password change from the Azure AD back to on-premise AD, ensuring the consistency across both environments. Which means if you change a password in the local Active Directory, that will reflect here in the cloud, and if you make the changes in the cloud, that will reflect that password write back will reflect that back to the local Active Directory. That is what meant by password synchronization and write back. And health monitoring is the 5th advantages of having Azure AD Connect in an environment. All right, so this is the reason why we required Azure AD Connect in an environment. Hope you have got an idea about what Azure AD Connect, how it works. Let's move on. All right, now let's learn how to install Azure AD Connect. Before that, let me introduce my environment, my infrastructure to you. I have created an AD server and created a separate OU for Microsoft 365 users sync, and I have created 2 users here. And we are going to sync this particular OU to cloud, to Microsoft 365 account or Azure AD. It is not recommended in a production environment. It is not recommended to sync all the OUs in one shot to Azure AD. that will have a lot of issues, that create a lot of issues. So the best practice is that select the particular OU that has to sync with Azure AD. So here I have created a separate OU that has to sync with Azure AD. I have an Azure AD here, and we have these many uses. We will sync these uses now, like John Paul and Joseph. These two uses we will sync from this Azure AD Connect. So first thing, we have to install Azure AD Connect. To install that, let's go to any edge, open any edge, and just search for Azure AD Connect to download. Click on the first link that shows here. Here we'll get the Microsoft Entra Connect installation file. You could see the version 2.3.20.0. This is the latest version. It is updated on 15th 7 2024, which means July 15th it is updated. So I'm going to download this. It's downloaded now. So let us install it now. Let me just right click and click on install. Let me minimize all these. Yeah. All right. So we are in the installation page now. Welcome to Azure AD Connect. I agree. Click on continue. You can use either express settings or customize. I always recommend to use customize. Here you can skip all this if you want to specify the custom installation location and use an existing SQL server. So this is not required normally in any environment, not even in the production environment. So you can skip all this and you can start installation. The installation is in progress. All right. All right. So we have, all right. So now user sign in. We have password hash synchronization. What exactly is password hash synchronization? This option allow your users to sign in to the cloud using the same password that they use in on-premise. So whatever password you use in the on-premise, password hash will allow you to use the same password in the cloud. Password hash synchronization does not store or send clear text passwords. See, it doesn't actually store your password. If you, for example, your password is something like password at 123, that is the password you use in the local Active Directory. In the cloud, it does not save that password exactly. Instead of that, it create a hash value there in the cloud, and it save as a hash value in the cloud. So if someone hacking your cloud environment, so they will get only that hash value. They will not come to know what is your exact password. So this is what the password hash synchronization does. For more example, we can just ask to Copilot what is synchronization. Okay, right? Because these concepts are very important to understand. And if you are, sometimes you may have to explain this with your client why, how secure Azure AD Connect in your environment. So these are the points which you can deliver to your customer. All right. So what the Copilot says, password hash is a feature Azure AD Connect that help to synchronize a hash of user password from an on-premise AD to your Azure AD. How it works: when a user change their password in the on-premise AD, Azure AD can synchronize a hash of this password to the Azure AD. This is what I was trying to explain that. So when a user changes password, the cloud will not, in the cloud environment, it will not store your password. Instead of that, it will create a hash value there. So this hash of one-way mathematical representation of the password, ensuring the actual password is never exposed. That is what you should understand. This hash is a one-way mathematical representation of the password, ensuring that the actual password is never exposed. Your actual password is not exposed in the cloud. Password will be only on your on-premise environment. It will not get synced to your cloud. Do more research on it and understand how it works. I have given a basic idea about how the password hash synchronization works. All right, so let's proceed. Sorry, let's click on next. Here, what you have to give, you will have to give your global administrator, which means your Microsoft 365 global admin user ID and password. You will have to give here. So I am providing that here. I think this is my password. Let me just click next. Give your enterprise admin. I'm just giving that. Okay, I think this is my enterprise admin user ID and password. Yeah, it is taken. Right, let me click on next. So I have given my global admin privilege and my enterprise admin. UPN suffix will not match here in my case because I do have a different domain name in Azure AD. Um, so that will not match for me. So I just click on continue without matching all UPN suffixes to verify domain. Let me click on next. All right. Here, this step is very important because we select sync all domains and OU. What will happen? The end users and computers that will get sync with your cloud, with your Azure AD. So what you have to do, you will have to select sync selected domains and OUs and select which OU has to be synced. So in this case, I'm selecting all and selecting only this particular OU. We will create one more OU for the computers, or you can select all the computers, let all the computers get synced with your Azure AD. So for the better practice, you can create another OU and move that usage to that particular OU for to sync that with Azure AD. As it's a test environment, I don't care. I am going to sync all my computers to Azure AD. Let me click on next. Let us go the default settings. There is nothing to be checked here. Let me click on next. So even if it says synchronize all users and devices, whatever you have selected in your sync in the previous step, that will be taking here. Let's click on next. Here, if you required password write back, you can select this. So we should understand what is password write back. So let us ask Copilot what is password write back. What is password write back? So password write back is nothing but whatever changes you make in the Azure AD that will sync back to your on-premise. That is what password write back. But still, we will ask to Copilot to get more information about this. So password write back is a feature that Azure AD Connect that allow password changes made in the Azure Active Directory to be returned back to your on-premise Active Directory. So that's what I said. Whatever changes you make in the Azure Active Directory, whatever changes you make in the cloud, that will write back to your on-premise. How it works: when a user changes or reset their password in the Azure AD, the new password is synchronized back to your on-premise in the real time. So if you required the changes to be synchronized back to your on-premise, you can select this. So when you select this, a bi-directional password sync will happen. Like whatever you make changes in the local Active Directory, that will sync to your cloud with password hash. Whatever changes you make in the cloud, in the Azure AD, that will write back to your on-premise also. So we are selecting both and I'm clicking on next. So understanding the concept is very important. Without knowing that, please do not do any tick marks or any configurations. So if you check this, start the synchronization process when the configuration complete, it will start synchronizing then and there. So as it's a test environment, I don't have anything to be worried about. Whether it is sync or do not sync, I don't mind. But when it comes to your production environment, you have to be very careful here. But as you have selected a particular OU, there is nothing to be worried about. Only that particular OU will get synced to your Azure AD. So you can tick mark and click on install. So it may take some time. Now it is conferring the single sign-on. Updating the synchronization rules, configuring guardianvilla.com. How the configuration completed successfully. There was no error. But recently, when I installed Microsoft Azure AD Connect on a production environment for a client, what happened? It was throwing me an error. It was not completing. It was throwing an error. What I did, I just logged a ticket with Microsoft. So what they have recommended, we will have to enable TLS 1.2. for that this particular link they have shared to me. And what they did, they asked me to run this particular PowerShell script in that Azure AD Connect server. So you have to copy this and just run it. What it exactly does, it sets some TLS value in that. What this command will do, it will verify whether TLS 1.2 has been enabled or not. So for to do that, you can copy this command and run in the PowerShell. So it should show a value like this. System default TLS version should be 1. Sync user strong crypto should be 1. So this should be as it's shown in this particular figure. If not, what you have to do, you will have to run the second script to enable TLS 1.2. You have to copy and paste it, run in the Azure AD Connect server, and you will get this particular values on that server. So in my case, I haven't received any error. This was successful and it got synced. So that's it. Let me click on exit. Now the Azure AD Connect has been installed and configured successfully. John and Joseph. These are the two users that are synced from. So these are the two users that are synced from on-premise, Jojo and Joseph. John, Paul, and Joseph. These two users are synced from on-premise. So we have successfully synced AD users to cloud. If you check in the cloud, you could see that two users, John and Joseph, in the cloud. But there is an issue here. The suffix of that user shows a different value here. It doesn't show gardenvilla.onmicrosoft.com. You may remember while we configuring the Azure AD Connect, it was giving that UPN suffix was not detected properly because my on-premise ID it is gardenvilla1.com and my cloud it is gardenvilla.com. So there is a mismatch. So it is not synced in the proper way. How we can fix this issue? I have done it purposefully to show you how you can create a UPN suffix and do the syncing. So if both the domains are in the same name, then this issue will not occur at all. But to create that issue, I have created a separate name in the local Active Directory and separate in the cloud, and we got that error. So how we can fix that? To fix it, let us go to Active Directory domain and trust. Let me click on that, run as administrator, and right click on the Active Directory domain and trust. Right click and go to properties and add a suffix here. Right now I have added a suffix here in the name gardenvilla.com. In case if you have another domain, you want to add that suffix here, you will have to add it here like icg.com or something, whatever domain you have, you can add it here. So what happens when you before you sync that user? For example, I have two users here, Joseph and John Paul. I'm selecting that user that has to sync with your Azure AD. Right click, go to properties, come to account. Here you can select that UPN suffix. Once if you add it in the domain trust domain account trust, you can add it here. So what we do, we will delete this user from here. We will use this John Paul and Joseph from the cloud. Going to delete this. So both those users are gone from the cloud. Now we'll come back here and we have changed the suffix, the name of guardianvilla.com, apply, okay. We will do for the second user, come here, go to properties, go to account. Here you can select the next suffix, proper suffix and apply it. Normally, when you make a changes here, it may take 30 minutes to sync to your cloud. Sync it immediately. What you have to do, you will have to open a Windows PowerShell, just run as administrator and run this command. Start -AD sync cycle -policy type delta and enter. So the sync was successful. Now if you refresh it, you could see that particular user here. See, now if you check it out, yeah, you could see that two users here, Joseph and John Paul. If you check here, you could see now this is in john at gardenvilla.com. The proper suffix is there available. So this is the way, and if you check for the other user also, you could see that Joseph. Yes. So this is the way how you can sync usage to Azure AD. And there are more things to discuss about Azure AD Connect and the syncing. That all we will discuss in the coming videos. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. We'll meet you in the other video. Till then, goodbye.